time, and I believe it to my core, if you are finding yourself losing track of time and not accomplishing as much as you want to, or feel like you're just not getting anything done in general, shocking. That would blast them back.
What's up, you guys? Happy Monday. We just got back from Stardust, so we did not video while we were there because we were trying to get our work done and be productive, which we pretty much were.
Yes, we were very productive this morning.
So now we are going to show you guys our smoothies. Oh, Josh does have clothes on. He's not naked. But we are gonna make some smoothies for lunch. We got some new protein that we're trying out, and so we want to show you guys what we're gonna make.
And also this morning, somebody that we know at the Stardust, his name's John, he's an older guy, he told us that he planted an avocado tree, and he gets huge. So we went and got these huge avocados. These are actually Florida avocados, if you see in comparison to Brandy's head how big they are, right?
They're like, I have a big head too, so.
Those are big avocados. And so we gotta let them ripen so we can get the pit, but then we're gonna plant them. And so hopefully in the next few years, maybe they'll get big enough and be able to start producing
actual avocados. So he taught us exactly what to do. So we're actually gonna take you guys through later on, probably later this week once they're ripe, on how to hopefully get them to start sprouting so then we can plant them in pots.
Bananas.
Some bananas, and we have...
These aren't the ripest, but...
This is designer protein. They actually sent this to me to try it out. So that's what we're doing. This is like a meal replacement, but we're going to add it in there anyways. And then we're going to try chocolate and bananas. Alright, so we have peanut butter. This is good peanut butter.
Organic.
Natural.
This
no
is
sugar.
This is what you want to see when you're looking at an ingredients. Where's that? Right there. Contains peanuts.
Yeah.
That's it.
And we got spinach, bananas, almond milk, and now we're going to put in some scoops of the protein.
We're using a little meal replacement.
Since we're not eating lunch.
And then we'll do a little protein. This is plant-based protein as well.
And it looks so smooth. And yes, this is our blender from like the 1950s. We got it at a thrift store.
Whoop whoop.
Well, his mom did.
And she gave it to us.
Yeah. We have our protein shakes, and yes, they're green, but I bet they're good. They're so creamy.
Wow, that's like really thick.
Probably could have added maybe more milk. Almond milk.
Ice for the future. Cold would be better.
Yeah.
Still good though.
That's delicious. So my desk always looks clean, but I move all my cups up here. This guy loves that, don't you? He always gets after me for it. So, my hair looks crazy. So I'm going to bring them down and I'm going to make us another cup of coffee. It's actually only 1:20, but it feels like it's 4 o'clock.
I'm happy it's earlier than it is. I feel like it's definitely later. It feels later in the day. Yeah.
So this is our coffee round dose.
Deuces.
So what's up, you guys? I'm downstairs. I'm gonna make us a cup of coffee, but if you guys are new here, my name is Brandy. That up there that you just met, that's my hubby Josh. We are both remote. I don't know if we'd really call us remote. I mean, we are remote workers. We work for ourselves. Josh has a software startup, and I freelance, and I'm also in the process of building freelancer school. And yeah, so I just want to introduce ourselves and let you guys know, if you don't normally watch our videos, that's kind of the premise. We do a little bit of vlog style / educational. So if you're into that, good. If not, I don't know what to say. This is kind of like a little coffee station. Of course, I have the Keurig. We don't actually use it that much since we got this, which is this amazing water heater upper. Heats water up super quickly. And today we are going to use Drip Kit Pour Over. Don't know if you guys are familiar with this company. I actually don't even know where they're based. probably California, but I think you can get their stuff online. They have really good coffee, and it's just single pour overs, which is nice. We don't use them all the time, but they're really strong, so we like them when we need that like extra boost. And today we are coming at you with some productivity tips. So tip number 1, if you work remote, whether you're a developer, designer, marketer, social media, any sort of communications, if you work remote, you work at home, tip number 1 is have a separate place to work. Josh and I, luckily, you know, we're married, so we have a 2-bedroom. 1 bedroom is for sleeping, 2nd bedroom is our office. But if you don't have an office and you just have like a 1 bedroom or even that, maybe cut out like a little corner to put your office in or your little workstation in, so you know that when you're in that particular area, you are there to work. Tip number 2, because why not? I'm waiting for my coffee. Coffee. And I know some of you are like, oh, I drink tea, which is great, whatever you want to do, but have some good stuff. Have some stuff that you actually look forward to and you actually enjoy drinking throughout your day. Because when you're remote, you don't get like the free perks of the office coffee or the office creamers or, you know, the varieties of teas that they have. Because we know, we used to work at tech startups, we've been in that scene, we know all the free stuff you get, which is great. But if you're at home, give yourself those little, you know, home office perks. Coffee.
I kind of feel like I want to be in a different shirt. I don't like always being shirtless and in tank tops for reasons.
You guys, he's feeling violated.
Brandy's just trying to use me for my chest hair.
Clickbait, baby. Even though most of our audience is men.
Alright, that's better. Okay, so, Brandy, you mentioned coffee, right?
Yeah.
Which we have.
I just made it.
Nice and hot. My next productivity tip for working remote is if you are not at a coffee shop and you're at home, make sure you have a dedicated space to focus and work.
Ah, snap! I think that was tip number 1.
Was that tip number 1?
Yeah, that's okay.
Crap.
That means it's really important.
It is really important. I literally think about it that when you're at home, there's a million distractions all around. So Brandy and I literally have a dedicated room and office space.
I'll try to go work. I'll be like, oh, Josh, I'm going to go work in the bedroom. In the late afternoon, that room gets really good sunlight.
Yep.
But I'm way more distracted in there than if I'm in here. I know I have to work. I don't really have excuses if I'm in this room. It's just a weird mindset.
It's so true. So get yourself a nice space. Oh, this is tip 1.2. 2.0.
So
3.
yeah, I mean technically it's tip number 3, but it's just a repeater. Because
Yep.
he didn't know what I said.
I didn't know, but that does show how important it is.
Yeah. But tip number 4, I would say, for if you're going to be working at home. And this is, I'm lucky because, and so is Josh, we're married. And for me, since I'm kind of in my own world doing, like, we don't really need to interact, but having somebody that's your accountability partner, whether that's in person, somebody online, or a friend that can just text you,
Yep.
or even somebody that you can just be like, hey, how's it going with this project or that project, or don't you have a deadline coming up, like little things like that. But I highly recommend having somebody that's like an accountability partner.
Yeah, even if it's somebody else doing something similar as you and you only meet them every week or 2 or 3 for coffee or something.
Mm-hmm.
Still having to give an update or even let somebody know about what you're trying to achieve and whether you've achieved it or not definitely adds another level of, honestly, like self-imposed pressure to keep yourself on track.
I'm like queen of, I can push stuff off. Like I'll make mental deadlines, but I'm like, I technically have 3 days to do it. But it would make more sense if I just got it done so then I could take on more work or different tasks.
Yeah.
So having somebody, you know, be like, yo Brandy, where are you at?
Yeah,
with
we
this?
ask each other every single morning, what are you working on today and what are you trying to get done?
Mm-hmm.
And so that definitely is nice.
And something that I'll plug here, but we have a Slack group, a Slack community of people all over the world. It still amazes me out of all the different people that are in it. Join that community and start, interacting with people and find an accountability partner in them, because most of those people are in the technical field in some fashion.
Yeah.
So you're bound to find somebody in there that you can talk to. And there's a lot of really active members that I'm sure wouldn't mind if you reached out to them and were like, hey, can you just, hold me accountable? Or even if, we can even create a stand-up channel in there for people.
Yeah.
That might be a good
You'd be
idea.
surprised at how many people would want to jump on a little video Zoom hangout and just chat about goals and what you're trying to achieve, even if it's for 15 minutes. Everybody's busy, so don't take it to heart if somebody doesn't respond or isn't able to jump on a hangout. It might just mean they're really busy, and so don't feel bad about that. But there's more than enough people in there, so I'm sure you'll find somebody.
Yeah, it's a really good community. So accountability partner or somebody online, in person.
Yep.
Definitely the way to go.
I'll do fifth, and this is something I mention all the time, and I believe it to my core. If you are finding yourself losing track of time and not accomplishing as much as you want to, or feel like you're just not getting anything done in general, it's because you have not clearly defined your goals. To you personally, I'm not talking about communicating to somebody else. You need to know exactly what you're working on, when you're working on, in as much detail and specificity as possible, because there is something about that in your brain where hours and hours can go by and you didn't even know what you were trying to do. And if you say, well, hey, I do write things down, but I still don't get anything done, then I'm not even sure. You're either not adding enough detail, not making the goals realistic, or some other reason. Maybe you're just pure lazy. I don't know. But I would say key, write things down, make them very clear, give yourself timetables or time sections to actually accomplish those goals and when you're going to do them, because that really, really helps when you're accountable for yourself.
That's another area where having somebody else to, talk that back to really helps.
Yeah.
Because they can also ask you questions or poke holes in what it is that you're trying to do.
Absolutely. But at the same time, remember, they're not responsible for your productivity.
Nope.
You are 100% responsible for your productivity, and it's something you literally have to force yourself to learn.
Yep. But all right, you guys, we're going to end this because our camera is blinking red up there, which means it's about to die. So if you like this video, boop, please give it a thumbs up, and of course subscribe to our channel below.
See ya.